Bagon Community Day Classic is upon us, and we are going to go over the Com Day, the $1 research to see what you're going to get and if it's going to be worth it, and then afterwards we are going over Salamence Best of the Best. Is this Pokemon worth powering up as a regular Salamence, as the Shadow, and as the Mega? Because this Pokemon is a multifaceted Pokemon and it's a great dragon attacker, and Outrage really does it in this regard. So let's get into all the details. Welcome to the Trader Club. Here we go! Salamence and Pokemon Go, let's get right into the research because you guys want to be knowing if it is worth $1. If you guys already checking out this video after Com Day, just check the timestamps and jump right into the section of the best of the best, because obviously the day is over, the research is no longer there, but you could still check out how good is Salamence and Pokemon Go. So for the research, it's going to cost $1. So let's find out, is it worth it? Let's see.
And the Bagon research is going to be as follows. Make 5 nice throws for 15 Pokeballs, catch 15 Bagon for a Bagon encounter, power up a Pokemon 10 times for 20 Bagon candy, 3,000 Stardust Bagon encounter, and an incense. In stage number 2, transfer 10 Pokemon for 10 pineapple berries, catch 15 Bagon for a Bagon encounter, evolve 3 Bagons for 30 Bagon candy, 4,500 XP, a Bagon encounter, and a lucky egg. In stage number 3, we have make 3 Great Ball throws for 15 Great Balls. We have catch 15 Bagon for a Bagon encounter, evolve a Shelgon for 50 candy, 4,500 Stardust, Shelgon encounter, and a Rocket Radar. Then we have claim rewards for 15 Ultra Balls, Bagon encounter, and we also have 2 Silver Pineapple Berries for 5,500 XP, a Salamence encounter, and 3 Rare Candy.
And there you have it. So the Bagon 100% IV, just as a reminder, is going to be $4.95. For the Shelgon, it's going to be $8.70, and the 100% IV for the Salamence is going to be $16.07 at level 15. And just as a reminder, guys, since the Mega in the Salamence is already out in the game, the Salamence can be shiny coming from research. So yes, you can get a shiny Salamence in the wild as well as in research. Alrighty, now we're going to change over into Salamence Best of the Best. What do we do with this Pokemon in Pokemon Go? Do we use it as a regular Pokemon? Is it strong enough in the regular form, or do we need the Shadow, or do we actually need the Mega to be able to go after it? This Pokemon is considered a pseudo-legendary, so it has similar to legendary stats, but it is not a legendary, so that makes it a budget counter, especially after we've gotten Com Day, tons of candy and tons of XL candy on this Pokemon. So it's going to be a flying and a dragon type combination. It is going to max out at 4,239, so a pretty high CP Pokemon. It has an attack of 277, a defense of 168, and a stamina of 216. So pretty heavily based in the attack category, but not super lacking in the defense or stamina either. Being that it's a dragon and a flying type Pokemon, it is going to be double weak to ice, so that will be the typing that is going to exploit it the most. But it's also going to be single weak to dragon, fairy, as well as rock. And as far as its resistances go, it will double resist grass as well as ground, and single resist bug, fighting, fire, as well as water. And then as far as its movesets go, it's going to get Bite, Fire Fang, and Dragon Tail for its quick moves. Dragon Tail being the premier dragon meta attacker moveset, not quite the PvP one, but it is the meta attacker one. And then as far as its charge moves, it is going to get Fire Blast, it is going to get Draco Meteor, it is also going to be getting Hydro Pump, and the legacy move from Com Day of Outrage, which is pretty much the premier dragon attacker move. We have had Breaking Swipe come into the game, which is sometimes questionably the #1 move, but it oftentimes is very, very close with the Outrage. So Outrage on this Pokemon is also extremely useful and definitely something that you guys do want to have here. All right, so now let's change over into the best of best, see how powerful the Salamence is in the regular, the Shadow, and the Mega, and then we're going to go into the Dragon category and see where it does stack up. Salamence top moveset. In the Mega category, it's going to be Dragon Tail Outrage, so every category it will be that. As far as its other moveset, guys, if you want to see it with Hydro Pump, actually pretty strong with the Mega at 45.12, which we will check out, and also Fire Blast at 43.59, quite impressive there. The Shadow Salamence, all the way with the both Double Dragon moveset, is going to be 49.28, extremely strong there, guys, not actually that far off of the Mega, and then the regular one is going to be 42.58. So very high there, guys. Remember, over 40 could be one of the top, but like I always give an asterisk in there for the Dragon category, the Dragon category is extremely strong in Pokemon Go. So now let's check out this Pokemon in the Dragon category, and then we'll get into Fire as well as Water to see where it stacks up. The #1 Dragon attacker in the game, no surprise here, Mega Rayquaza, Dragon Tail, and Outrage at 59.87. Just remember, guys, I did say that the Breaking Swipe is kind of close to the Outrage, and in these categories, it is classed as Outrage being the best moveset. Mega Garchomp is coming in next at 55.41, another meta budget counter. Very, very strong there. Then we're gonna have the Mega Salamence at 50.79 in the third spot because Eternamax is not out yet. Then we have the Black Curum, not out yet, but Shadow Salamence is the first non-mega Pokemon in the game right now with Dragon Tail and Outrage at 49.28, followed by Palkia Origin Form with Spatial Rend at 49.19, followed by the Shadow Garchomp at 48.96, the Mega Latios, and the Shadow Dragonite at 47.8. And if you do want to see the regular Salamence, you can get onto the second page and check it out in the 17th spot overall, Dragon Tail Outrage at 42.52, which is not too far behind the regular Rayquaza, the regular Palkia, and it is above the Zekrom in the game. So wow guys, this Pokemon is extremely impressive in Pokemon Go. So not only is it the top 3 Mega Pokemon, the first non-Mega Pokemon in the game that you can have multiple of is the Shadow Salamence. Very impressive. So getting XL candies during this day is extremely important, and the regular one is extremely impressive as well, guys. Having a lucky one that you can power up for very cheap is very close to the regular Rayquaza and the likes. So guys, Bagon going into Salamence is a very effective Pokemon. As far as a Mega, if you want to go for a budget Mega though, the Garchomp is the better, more powerful option, which we've already had the Calm Day. You should have enough XL candies, so that one is preferred over the Salamence, but it's not too far behind the Salamence. But the Mega Rayquaza, just a reminder guys, number 1, you pay for the XL candy. Number 2, that one is a Mega that is going to boost all windy typed Pokemon. So you do have the Salamence, while yes, it's effective and cheaper to power up, the Rayquaza is effective to have at a Mega level 3, because not only is it going to boost all the flying and dragon, it's also going to boost the psychic types when you're catching those. So very impactful there. All right guys, so what I say to power this Pokemon up, absolutely. What I do lucky trades for, definitely. I think it's a very powerful, impactful, great Pokemon, but you absolutely must have the Outrage on this Pokemon to make it effective. So A+ for me. And as far as the fire category, because it was pretty high guys, we have some really hard-hitting fire charge move Pokemon. Mega Blaziken being number 1 at 52, Mega Charizard being number 2. Then we also have the Primal Groudon, we have the Mega Mewtwo when it eventually comes out, we have Mega Garchomp, we have Reshiram that is absolutely destructive at 46. And if you want to see the Salamence, it is going to be ranked 17 overall with Dragon Tail and Fire Blast at 43.59. But even though it's in the 17th spot overall guys, those categories are very close in numbers. It's not like you have a 60 and then like a 45. They are like 43, 43.5, 43.8, 44, right? So they're all very close. So Fire Blast is very effective on this Pokemon as well for a meta attacker standpoint. So you might want to have one that's all dragon unlocked with a fire second move so you can use it if you ever want to attack really hard with it, even though you probably wouldn't because you would much rather just use the Mega Blaziken. But if at some point there was a situation where you needed to boost flying or dragon, but then you might even probably use the Mega Charizard X. So maybe not the most effective, but having a second charge move on this Pokemon could definitely work for you if it's a Pokemon that you really like, you really enjoy, you have a lucky, maybe a Shundo, and you powered it all the way up. Now let's check out water category. In the water categories, we have Primal Kyogre at the top, 58.19, and then we are also going to do Mega Swampert at 50.56, Shadow Kyogre at 49.45, Mega Blastoise 45.91, Ash Greninja, and then actually Mega Salamence in the 6th spot overall, Dragon Tail, Hydro Pump at 45.12, which is above Mega Gyarados, Shadow Empoleon, Kyogre, and Shadow Swampert. Once again, a very effective and a powerful place for a secondary move on this Pokemon. So Fire Blast and Hydro Pump are very effective. If I were to have to pick one, I'd probably go with Hydro Pump because of how high it sits in all these categories, and it's above other Megas, which makes it very impressive, while the Fire Blast, very effective, high DPS, is not as impactful as, you know, placings against all those other fire types. But now let's check it out in PvP to see if it is going to dual purpose. In the Great League, it's going to be 655 in the Shadow, 800 in the non-Shadow. In the Ultra League, 591 in the Shadow, 613 for the non-Shadow. And in the Master League, 173 for the non-Shadow, and 177 for the Shadow guys. So unfortunately for GBL, it is not the best Pokemon, but for a meta attacker, man, for the bang for its buck, it is a very effective attacker. I am a big fan of it. I suggest you guys use it, and especially if you don't pay money for this game, a fantastic Pokemon, especially because you can get it lucky. And with it being lucky, guys, that makes it even easier to power up and save your Stardust. So that's going to be everything you need to know about Salamence and Bagon Calm Day in Pokemon Go. Love and appreciate you guys. Will you guys max one out? I can't wait to max one out as well. Maybe I'll max out my Shadow. That's pretty close. I have a 96 IV Shadow, and man, it really gets recommended quite a bit. So thank you guys for being here as always. To all of my likers, comments, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes your support, subscription, and participation to X level. I'm going to see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.